Hello, welcome to another macro video. We're going to be looking at some new and improved macros today, and the subjects in order are comments, and then some web fetching, and then some more specialist work on German grammar correction, which somebody asked for. I'm afraid I know no German at all, but I was able to provide the set of responses they wanted for particular corrections. Okay, so just a reminder, of course, that if you want to look for macros, then the macro menu is very useful, and that's the menu page, and then you click on list of individual macros, and you get this PDF up, which has the names of the macros and the single line descriptor, and here's the various comments that comment macros, some of which we're going to be looking at. Okay, so first of all, adding comments. There are simpler ones and more complex ones. There's the add from menu, so you get a menu of different comments on screen of your comments, and you can select which one you want. So there are simpler ones and more complex ones, some where the list is numbered, so you pick it off by number, and the one that we're looking at today, the new one, is comment add from file, which someone asked us for. And so let's have a look. So we need some text and some comments. So up the top there is my supposed text file to which I want to add comments, and at the bottom are the comments themselves, a list thereof. So obviously it's your own text file, so you can put in what comments you want, and you can add formatting in it as well. It's not just pure text. Each of these in bold is just, if you like, a pointer for you as to which one is which. If you've got a problem with references, then it's a reference missing there. You click in that one and run the macro. And okay, so it needs to know where to put the comments. So you first of all you put the cursor where you want the comment, or if you want to select an area of text, you can do. So that's where we want it. We go to the comments and we run the macro, but it doesn't know which file of the various ones you've got open it's supposed to be putting the comment into, and so it's asking for a part name. So let's try. So if we look at the macro itself, at the top of it you've got my part file name. At the moment it says mark. So the name of the file is sample text, so let's just put ample. That'll do to find it. So this time if I click in the reference missing one and run the macro, then it will pick up the text from this is, not the references list, and it will put the vertical bar there in the list of comments is replaced by nothing, but it puts the cursor there, so you're ready to say, but Smith 2002 is, or whatever. Yeah, we've already seen that you can have comments if you want that somewhere else. Formatting, so we can pull that one in there. Okay, so that'll do for that. Then there are lots of macros for listing comments in various ways. The two most obvious ones are comment copier and comment collect tabulated, which pull all the comments out into a separate document ready to pass presumably to the author as a set of queries. There is a numbered version, a set of numbers on, so that all the comments are numbered. There's one where it pulls in comments from a whole set of files in a folder, and there's one where it pulls up any paragraph, creates a new file of any paragraph that contains one or more comments. That's similar to what comment copier does, in that it produces not only the file directly with the comments, but also a file with these context things. We can fiddle around with comments in macros. We can add numbering, like sort of PB1, PB2, and so on, so that we can identify that we can talk about the different comments by using their numbers. We can put markers from the comment into the text. We can change the initials in these within the comments, these PB1, PB2, and so on. We could change those to NR 1, 2, and 3 individually or altogether. And a new macro today is comment name change. So with that one, the point was that someone was supposed to put not supposed to put their own name in the comments, and they forgot. So their name is on every single one of the comments, and they wanted to be able to change it to a non. So that's what I did. I created a a macro that was comment name changer. If the name at the moment is Paul Beverley, then you can change it to a non. And actually, it will also do. It will if there are other comments with other people's names, you can change them all at one go by simply putting now name is nothing, is just control quote quote, and then the macro then knows to change the name of every single comment to, in this case, a non. But obviously you could change Paul Beverley into Beverley Paul if you wanted, or whatever. Okay, so now we're moving over to web finding. And Google Fetch is the most popular, I think, of the fetch items. So you can click in a word, run Google Fetch, it selects the whole word and delivers it up to Google. And it's useful to know that Google Fetch and a number of the others, if you want to select more than one word, you don't actually have to accurately select it. You can just roughly select it, and when you run Google Fetch, then it will extend the selection to the whole of each of the words, and present that to Google. And if that facility is not on any of the fetch macros that you would like it to be, then please shout and I'll add it for you. So we've got Google Fetch quotes. If you want to find books about elephants, then you would click in elephant and run Google Fetch books, and you can it'll show you a list of books. Google Scholar. There are Google Fetch versions for different countries. And while we're looking at that, it's worth just saying that as a hint, you can use the macros folder of the Word Macro Tools website. So if I just select that and copy it and put it into here, then what you get is the 26 folders. Well, it's 27 now because these are Spanish macros. The lettered ones. So if you're wanting to look at see which different Google Fetch macros there are, then you can click on the G and you get all these different ones. So there's Australia, India, Ireland, Netherlands, New Zealand, and so on. So that's just a little hint there. There are lots of fetch macros. I haven't a clue what that is, but it was a one that somebody asked for, an ngram, OUP. That's the OUP dictionary, Oxford English Dictionary, Wikifetch, Thesaurus, loads of different ones, Macquarie, and Bible Fetch. That one has been extended. It's not just looking for words, but you can select a Bible reference. I don't know, John 3:16 or whatever, and it will look that up. If you've got a Merriam subscription, then there are now, the new ones, 4 macros that will pull up the different specialist bits: the thesaurus, collegiate, medical, and unabridged. And it's not on the list there, but there's an ordinary non-subscription Merriam as well. Okay, that's just about it for that. So now we're going to look at this rather complex German thing, if that's of interest. So we're wanting to correct the grammar, and I say I know no German, but I produced something. It's to do with the word Welche, Welches, Welchem, and I think that's a word that means something to do with change or correct or something, thanks to Google Translate. So we've got, let's see if we can make them visible. Right, here we go. So I was given a list by the author who wanted it of what they wanted changing. So the word Welcher on its own was to just replaced by der. Auf Welcher was auf der, but it had to be only if the word followed a comma. So to try and do it by search and replace with Fredit was really complex because we didn't really want the comma to be deleted, and if we were track changing, we didn't really want that to be all tracked. We only wanted the main bit to be so like with Auf Welchers, you just want to show that the Welchers has been deleted and that the das has been replaced. So it was too complex for Fredit, so I decided to do a macro, and I quite like it. If you like programming, just have a look. Copy